Clark just did something that no athlete has done since Michael Jordan.
Welcome back. Today's story is bringing a huge twist to the WNBA conversation. A major deal involving Caitlin Clark has fans asking questions, while Angel Reese's reaction has added even more fuel to the story. What really happened, and why is this deal creating so much buzz? Stay with me until the end as we break down the details and the reactions. Let's get straight into today's story. Do you recall a time when the mere mention of Michael Jordan could instantly sell out almost any product? Now we have Caitlin Clark, a sensation who is changing the basketball scene and causing anxiety among some WNBA veterans. They're sweating for more reasons than just the heat. Caitlin's current contract reflects the legendary influence of Michael Jordan. She's emerging as a formidable force, demonstrating that the new era of basketball may very well belong to her thanks to her extraordinary talent and growing influence. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 90% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So, did you subscribe already? Great! Thank you so much for your support. Now, back to the video.
Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, probably eventually Caitlin Clark, where it's like individual people make an entire country tune into their sport.
1,000%.
Like hockey was never bigger than when Wayne Gretzky was playing it, and it was ridiculous how much it grew the sport.
Tiger Woods.
Caitlin Clark does more than just advertise products. She is changing basketball culture itself. Some seasoned athletes feel overshadowed by the excitement surrounding her groundbreaking collaboration with a billion-dollar business. This is more than just an endorsement agreement. It's the biggest basketball partnership since a young player from North Carolina revolutionized sneaker culture with a distinctive swoosh. The focus is now on Clark, who is dominating the corporate world in addition to making an impact on the court. Watch this space as we wrap up with some motivational remarks from Jordan and share a special basketball statistic that connects him and Clark. Are you prepared? Now, let's get started.
She's incredible. Congratulations to her and her family. Yeah. The crazy thing is I'm just seeing her last year when they played LSU, but she's...
Let's put this into context. Caitlin Clark is being presented as the first female athlete since Michael Jordan to debut her own signature basketball collection, thanks to Wilson, the official game ball supplier for the NBA and WNBA. With this news, you can almost imagine Sheryl Swoopes grinding her teeth. It's interesting to see how much attention Swoopes has recently given to Clark instead of focusing on her own legendary career, while Caitlin continues to build her growing reputation. Caitlin's name is now being placed in the marketing spotlight alongside MJ's. These are not your ordinary basketballs from a school gym. They celebrate some of Clark's biggest professional achievements with sleek white and gold designs featuring laser-etched details. The 3-up ball is one of them, honoring her fearless shooting range. The crowd maestro celebrates her ability to turn every arena into an unforgettable experience, almost like a Beyoncé concert. Meanwhile, the record breaker highlights her dominance on the stat sheet, showing how Caitlin is redefining what it means to be a modern sports superstar.
The first athlete since Michael Jordan to get their own signature basketball from Wilson. She also becomes the first WNBA player to get her own signature basketball.
Wilson was unable to keep up with the demand. In less than 40 minutes, tens of thousands of Clark's signature basketball sold out. That was less time than Angel Wilson needs to write a cryptic tweet. This was not simply a quiet product launch. It became a cultural phenomenon, creating the kind of hype normally seen around a major iPhone release or a high-profile partnership with Travis Scott. And just when it seemed like the momentum had reached its highest point, Clark released another collection. This time, she teamed up with a major grocery chain. Yes, you heard that correctly, a supermarket. Caitlin Clark is now reaching the kind of sellout levels usually associated with major sneaker releases. Her influence is expanding into areas that many people never expected, connecting everyday life with the world of professional sports.
Calling all Caitlin Clark fans, 2 new limited edition basketballs are now available at select Hy-Vee stores. The designs are part of the Inspire series that Clark is doing in partnership with Wilson Sporting Goods. The tribute ball pays homage to Clark's time with the Iowa women's basketball team, and the Dreamer ball is designed to encourage athletes to pursue their dreams. Both are available in sizes 3 and 6 at select Hy-Vee.
Amanda Lamb, Wilson's head of global brand, made that point clear. Caitlin Clark is not only a record-breaking athlete, but also a cultural icon. In simple terms, she is the player at the center of attention, not just another name on the roster. Wilson is betting on her to lead its women's basketball brand moving forward. This is not just a short-term promotion or a temporary marketing campaign. It represents a major shift in the brand's direction. Caitlin's face is becoming the new face of the game, signaling a major moment for women's basketball and helping push the sport toward an even bigger level of attention and influence.
When you take into stock the fact that outside of Kevin Durant, aging superstar, LeBron James, 40 years old, and Steph Curry, there's not a single NBA player more popular today than Caitlin Clark.
The ripple effect of Caitlin Clark's success is being felt throughout the league. This kind of strategic move is reshaping what is possible for female athletes. Clark is not just receiving financial rewards. She is changing the traditional endorsement playbook, creating tension in locker rooms as some of the league's most vocal critics find themselves watching from the sidelines without major endorsements. Now, let's look at the numbers, because they speak louder than any critic's tweet. Caitlin Clark's WNBA games are averaging 1.18 million viewers, which is 3 times the league average. She is not simply raising the bar. She is sending it into orbit. This young star is tripling the WNBA's audience and showing just how powerful her impact can be in a sport that is only beginning to understand her full potential. And the most exciting part is that she has not even reached her peak yet.
We knew Caitlin Clark was marketable, but she's been put over some pretty big names. In fact, some worldwide, huge, international names. 2 of them being Messi and...
Arenas are filling up, TV ratings are reaching record levels, and historic social media clips are going viral every week. Caitlin Clark is transforming the landscape of women's basketball. Fans who barely knew the WNBA existed last year are now rearranging their schedules just to watch Fever games. Why? Because every time she steps onto the court, Clark brings a level of excitement that is almost impossible to ignore. She is not just playing basketball. She is putting on a show, becoming a one-woman ratings powerhouse and an economic boost for women's basketball. She is attracting fans who may have never watched a women's game before. To Gen Z, she is a role model. To older generations, she brings back memories of Larry Bird, while also having a powerful modern social media presence. Middle America is embracing the Fever like it embraces the NFL. Everyone wants to be part of the Caitlin Clark phenomenon, except, notably, a few frustrated veterans who seem unable to understand how this rising star has managed to overshadow them without even trying.
For Caitlin Clark, on a worldwide marketability list for athletes, to be ahead of both Messi and Ronaldo is quite impressive. Steph Curry is behind her.
While players like Dijonai Carrington spend time posting indirect comments about Caitlin Clark and questioning her rise, Clark is busy building a billion-dollar brand. She is aligning herself with Wilson Sporting Goods and joining Michael Jordan in an exclusive club that now has just 2 members. Criticize her all you want, but the statistics speak for themselves. This is only the beginning of her journey. And you do not have to take my word for it. Listen to the legends. Mike Breen, the iconic voice of the NBA, delivered one of the highest compliments imaginable by mentioning Caitlin Clark alongside basketball royalty. This is not simply a personal opinion. It is a major statement about her place in basketball history. Clark continues to make her mark on the game, and the buzz surrounding her is only getting stronger.
Doing rating-wise for the WNBA what Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Steph Curry have been doing for the NBA.
This is not just about Caitlin Clark's performance on the court. It is about the impact she is making away from it as well. Clark has gone from being one of the biggest stories in basketball to becoming a major marketing powerhouse. Industry experts now rank her as the fourth most marketable athlete in the world, not just in the WNBA or women's basketball, but across the entire sports world. This remarkable achievement puts her ahead of major sports leagues and international stars, including a few frustrated veterans who are still watching from the sidelines. Let that sink in. Clark has moved past entire marketing departments to become one of the faces of the fastest-growing movement in women's sports today. With her in the spotlight, the WNBA is finally stepping into prime time, and this time, it feels real. We can expect more sponsorships, expanded national television coverage, and a bigger place for women's basketball at the table than ever before. The future looks bright, and Caitlin Clark is helping lead the way.
Of some players being jealous? Yes, that probably exists. Okay. To me, yeah, jealous, sure. I mean, would you be jealous of somebody that got $28 million a shoe deal or whatever the deal is before you step foot?
This is not just about Caitlin Clark's performance on the court. It is about the impact she is making away from it as well. Clark has gone from being one of the biggest stories in basketball to becoming a powerful force in the marketing world. Industry experts now rank her as the fourth most marketable athlete in the world, not just in the WNBA or women's basketball, but across the entire sports world. This remarkable achievement places her ahead of major sports leagues and international stars, including a few frustrated veterans who are still watching from the sidelines. Let that sink in. Clark has moved beyond entire marketing departments to become one of the leading faces of the fastest-growing movement in women's sports today. With her in the spotlight, the WNBA is finally stepping into prime time, and this time, it feels more real than ever. We can expect more sponsorships, expanded national television coverage, and a bigger place for women's basketball at the table than ever before. The future looks bright, and Caitlin Clark is helping lead the way.
A lot of people weren't willing or were a bit reluctant to appreciate was the game on this young white sister of ours. She can ball. And oh, by the way, she was a great ambassador for the game. And by the way, she came in there and looked out for everybody else. For 22 years, they couldn't get chartered flights. That sister got there and it was done in 2 weeks. That's who Caitlin Clark.
The WNBA has historically emphasized toughness, grit, and unity, a league where players have fought tirelessly to elevate a sport that has often been overlooked. Then Caitlin Clark burst onto the scene, flipping the script as cameras, endorsements, and skyrocketing viewership followed her every move. To some, it may have seemed like she simply skipped the line. But what they failed to see is that she had genuinely earned her spot. However, the anxiety surrounding her rise is not limited to passive-aggressive tweets. It can also be felt on the court. Some players have appeared to target Clark with greater intensity, seemingly trying to humble her through physical play. Make no mistake, the competition can feel personal. When players go chest to chest with someone like Clark, they may be fueled by a chip on their shoulder and a strong desire to prove themselves. This growing tension shows just how much Clark's presence has affected the league and how strongly her rise has influenced the competitive spirit among its players.
Basketball, and then they treat it like a junior high school girl's locker room. Junior high school girl antics on the court. Instead of playing the game, they got to be drama because they're jealous. Instead of letting their skills speak for themselves, they got to be drama because they're...
So, what is causing the bitterness? The answer is simple. Caitlin Clark has what many veterans never experienced: major endorsement deals, huge celebrity status, and a cultural spotlight that seems brighter than ever. Longtime players cannot help but wonder where all of this attention was when they were trying to build their careers. It is a genuine concern, but it is important to point out that Clark is not responsible for this imbalance. Even Charles Barkley, who is known for his honest and direct comments, spoke strongly about the jealousy being directed toward Clark and called attention to the negativity surrounding her success.
Ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan, they cannot have this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse.
The uncomfortable truth is that Caitlin Clark is shining a light on problems the league has struggled with for years. Issues such as the pay gap, limited marketing, and the failure to connect with supporters outside its core audience have been ongoing challenges. While Clark did not create these problems, her success is highlighting what can happen when someone truly moves the needle. To put things into perspective, Clark's WNBA salary is only $76,500. Zero. Meanwhile, her estimated endorsement revenue is said to be more than $11 million in a single year. That gap is not simply about a paycheck. It places Clark under an enormous level of attention and makes the league's current pay system look seriously out of balance. Her rise is forcing the league to confront an issue that it has been putting off for far too long.
A little girl wants to grow up and play in a league where you're targeted like that. How do you sit here and profess and demand that everyone take women's sports seriously when you can't even take it seriously enough to not act like a junior high queen on the court? It's stupid. That's so dumb. It looks like a soap opera.
The story is, in fact, changing along with the financial side of the game. The idea of a WNBA player earning millions of dollars has moved from being a fantasy to becoming a real possibility in the headlines. The organization needs to embrace this change rather than fight it if this new generation of players is going to genuinely improve opportunities for everyone across the league. In reality, we are at a critical turning point. Because of Clark's success, the league is being pushed to change, grow, and adapt. However, veterans risk falling behind as the game changes around them if they continue asking why she is receiving this attention instead of focusing on what is possible right now. Accepting this shift is essential to the continued growth, development, and relevance of the sport.
A WNBA rookie was out here doing what no one thought was possible and outshining the great Michael Jordan's legacy. How would you react? Caitlin Clark is the girl flipping the script. Her rookie numbers are ridiculous. Fans, analysts, and even Michael Jordan stands.
Let's explore that pivotal moment. The undeniable GOAT, Michael Jordan, whose sneakers have helped build an entire business empire, officially endorsed Caitlin Clark. This was more than a light-hearted remark. His appreciation for her influence on the game appeared genuine. Jordan emphasized how amazing it is to see young players using Clark's signature basketball and imitating the excitement she brings to the sport. This is more than simple praise. It represents a powerful moment of passing the torch from the legendary player who changed basketball to a new generation led by a star known for her incredible three-point shooting, just as generations of players once copied Jordan's own moves. Jordan, however, did not stop there. In a powerful statement, he said Clark deserves recognition from the WNBA for everything she has contributed to the sport. Give that some time to sink in. When Michael Jordan tells the basketball world to recognize someone like Clark, it is difficult to ignore. Now is the moment to pay attention. The man who helped turn basketball into a worldwide phenomenon understands better than most what it takes to revolutionize a sport. His remarks carry serious weight and represent a significant moment in the ongoing story of women's basketball.
Know well enough that in 1984, when Michael Jordan came into the NBA, the ratings in the NBA were not great. Chicago Stadium was, a third.
The fact that one of the most famous figures in men's basketball is endorsing a WNBA player completely challenges the outdated idea that women's basketball is simply a secondary league, which makes this moment extremely significant. Michael Jordan did more than recognize Caitlin Clark as an excellent women's basketball player. He made it clear that she is outstanding for basketball as a whole. That is a major distinction. And if you were not already impressed, take a look at this remarkable statistic. Only 2 rookies in NBA and WNBA history have averaged at least 18 points, 8.5 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 block, and 2 steals per game during the postseason, Michael Jordan and Caitlin Clark. That is not just impressive. It is historically significant. She is not simply following Jordan's path. Step by step, she is creating a place for herself alongside him. One thing has become increasingly clear as Jordan's endorsement continues to spread through the basketball community and the incredible statistics behind Clark's achievements continue to gain attention. This is more than the rise of another WNBA star. It is the rise of a special athlete who is changing the way people think about endorsements and what is possible for female athletes. Caitlin Clark is not only creating a stir, she is helping drive a major shift throughout the sports world.
the lion's share of the attention. The games are now getting put, all of his games are on TV. And he just was a polarizing figure. And Tiger Woods was like that when he went to the PGA as well. He changed the total economics of golf the same way Michael Jordan changed the financial economics of
Women's sports are already changing as a result of Caitlin Clark's influence. She is more than simply her team's main attraction. She is emerging as a key figure in a major marketing revolution. Companies are not just investing in her. They are radically rethinking their strategies and changing their approach in order to put more focus on her. Clark's moment is only beginning. Unlike many athletes who need years to become widely known, there has been no waiting period for Clark. She is building her brand in real time and creating her own path as she goes. This is not just a short-lived hot streak. It is a powerful movement. The real question now is not whether Caitlin Clark can maintain this momentum, but how far she can take the league with her as she continues to make an impact on the court, fill arenas, and attract major international endorsement deals. In reality, we are not simply watching the birth of a star. We are witnessing a rapidly growing movement taking shape right in front of us. And the most exciting part is that Caitlin Clark is far from finished. She has only just begun. Do you agree? Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and leave a like.